Hi, I'm Lorna, and it's 16 degrees out. We've already gone for a bike ride and had barbecue. No, I'm not kidding. We rode our bikes. We only went 3.5 miles, and the barbecue we had, I did on the stove. Anyway, now it's time to get down to working on some dolls. I bought these 3 dolls at a thrift store, 2 different thrift stores. I bought this a while ago. These are Baby Alives. $1.99. Watch this. It's very cool. Well, baby go bye-bye. And she crawls away. How cute is that? So the first thing I'll do is cut tag off, brush the hair out. As you can see, the hair is going to need some work. And then I'll take the batteries out of this doll. But I wanted to call your attention to, this is not an eating Baby Alive. It is a drink and wet. I just flipped it over to see. Look inside its mouth. Can you see that? There is something in there. It's either Play-Doh or food that I'm betting a child put into the mouth because, you know, Baby Alives eat. So that is going to have to be dug out with a toothpick before we start, but I'll show you what I do to their hair when we get to the sink. Warning, I am an adult collector that rescues dolls, and sometimes I'm rescuing them from more dire situations than I would have had I known. If bare plastic in the shape of a human body bothers you, this one with the cleaning we had to do is not for you. If you've watched my Baby Alive cleaning techniques before, I always say check the mouth first. My nails are a mess. Please overlook them. I knew I was going to be scrubbing dolls. There is some sort of something inside this. Oh my. This is why I tell you, when you buy these dolls used, look what's falling out. Can you see that? Can you see this falling out? I don't want to really touch it, but that cleared it. Pretty good. And then can you see around these lips here? Can you see this? Somebody has put something in there. That will have to be addressed, and I do that with a toothbrush. Now, it could be normal wear and tear, but we are going to scrub that up and see. All right, so that's the first thing you do with these Baby Alives. It looks like, where'd it go? Here it is. Bread or something came out of this one. Oh, here comes more. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is add cream rinse. And if you are a frequent flyer on the Dolls Rescue channel, you know that I use this inexpensive, thick cream rinse that I buy at Walmart. And what I do is I saturate the doll's hair, and then I let them set for 20 minutes to an hour, sometimes longer, depending on it. These dolls' hair are not too bad. So I'm just going to scoop some cream rinse on and rub it in and let it sit. I do use a clean spoon every time I get more out. I never put the spoon back into the tub, and I never touch the dolls and then stick my hand down in there. I want this container of cream rinse to remain clean. Okay, here we are. When I do this, I use a toothbrush, a wash rag. I have Mr. Clean's magic erasers that I use. I don't know what we have going on here, but I'm betting some nail polish remover is involved. But I always wait and see what will happen with the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. One of my jars of cream rinse was empty, so I took the label off. Next, I'll put Barbie shoes or something in that. And the brush is down in the sink because I brushed out their dirty hair. Now I'm going to wash it, and Ken is ready for his bath too. I'm going to use warm water and regular shampoo. First, I took the magic eraser and I used that on a couple spots on this doll. They came clean. I think this doll is clogged, and I'm going to have to do a couple things to find out. I might have to end up running a wire in this doll. There's something here. Oops, not your turn, sweetheart. Wait a minute. Wait, not your turn. I don't know if I'm going to get that out or not, but her hair came clean and her face came clean. What I wanted to show you is I do take dish detergent. I put that on a toothbrush, and I do fingers, toes, as much as these mouths as I possibly can. Faces, ears, and toes and fingers, as well as the mouths, are the most important because those have crevices that things can get in, dirt, grime, germs. You want to get all that out. A lot of times, sometimes I run this backwards if they are clogged up too. All right, let's see if she's running. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down and push that through. See, it's not running through. All right, I'm going to have to take a wire. First, I want to show you how beautifully that mouth cleaned up. If you remember, that had a black ridge. You'd run a toothbrush through, and that's not going to bend. Okay, this is filament from the 3D printer, and I'm going to see if I can get that down. It's not going to go that way. Okay. Sometimes you go the opposite direction. Oh my, that's nasty. Can you see inside that mouth? Yep. I think the opposite direction was the way to go. Oh my. You have to really work these dolls. Let me show you what's going to... I don't think I can get it. Oh, yeah. Oh my, do you see that? Okay, I had to give it another go, and look what I found. Ugh. Sometimes you're more surprised than, I don't even know what to say. That is apparently a hair tie that was up inside this doll. How? I ask you, how did that get in there? Look at her hair where I cleaned it. I will be disinfecting this doll and digging a little deeper. How? Can you see that in there? I got to get that rinsed out. Ooh, what is it? Okay, I cleaned up everything that was in the sink, all the containers and spoons and brush and everything. Got her hair rewashed, scrubbed. What am I doing to disinfect her? I am going to use hand cleaner. I have kept this by my dish soap for, well, forever, long before everybody was using it. I'm amazed that people have to be told to wash their hands. All right, what I'm doing is I'm getting that in her mouth. I am going to get that around all of her joints. I mean, all of her joints. And I'm going to put some in her up the other direction too. Always check if you have one of these dolls that's clogged. Sometimes you have to go from the small size up to the larger size. So what I'm going to do is run some more water through her and call her good. This doll's hair is pretty fried, but I'm going to let it dry and see what we have. I can always sprinkle it with water. I have a spray bottle. Just give it a spritz and then take the curling iron to it. That's what I use to straighten the frizz back out. But for right now, I'm leaving her. I will need some fingernail polish remover on her hands and my nails, and we will go from there after these girls dry. Okay, here we are, and it's the next day. This is probably the cleanest doll in my whole collection, inside and out. We're going to set her to the side, and she'll have her day another day, and we're going to set Ken to the side, who you will see later this week. I'm going to make him a pair of jeans and a Valentine's Day t-shirt. Stay tuned for that. So we are down to this little cutie, and my brush is clean, my comb is clean, cleaner than usual after the woo, and my toothbrushes are clean. So what do I do with my clean towel? Katie, my Yorkie, gets a bath next. Okay, so I went in and I buy these little outfits on eBay, and I put them aside. I thought this was cute, little PJs. Has the little hearts on it. So we're going to get her dressed, and I'm going to show you another way to make a bib for a human baby or a doll. When I first started making bibs, I actually started making them for my own children, other than taking a wash rag and using a safety pin around a doll's neck. You know, you can do that for a baby. But when I started making them for my own babies, especially in holiday prints, I learned something from the ones I bought from the store. A, they're not very absorbent, and B, you don't want plastic in the front. That's just stupid. Everything rolls right off and you have a big mess. So what I started doing was having a cute print, having something absorbent, and having a raincoat type fabric between. And what you want to do, we'll cut this in just a second, but what we're going to do here is we are going to cut a square. This will be our top. The absorbent, which is a wash rag, I buy these in bulk. They're the cheap ones at Walmart. I use these for crafts all the time. I think they come like 12 to a pack. And then you put that behind your cute fabric, and then you put the raincoat behind that. Now, if I were making this for a child, I would add another layer of this fancy print on the back, or something else like a red or a black or a pink. And I say that so you don't forget which is the front, which is the back. And the reason is, this is not comfortable for a child. I mean, it's not awful, but I don't know. I always backed it so that this wasn't against my sons. Okay, last November when we made the bibs for Baby Alive, we took a bowl and we cut the bib out of that. This time, this is something you can do without the bowl. What you want to do is measure your bib from shoulder to shoulder. And then you want to measure down, how far do you want the bib to come? Now on a doll, of course, if you're feeding the doll that might actually get something on the bib, you do want it larger. But if you want it just for show, it doesn't have to be that long. But I'm going to go ahead and take this down from about here to here, and then I'm going to cut 3 layers. Okay, so you've got your cute print, your something absorbent. I use the wash rag and the raincoat fabric. It has a front and a back. You want to pay attention to that. What we're going to do is we are going to round out the bottom edges of the bib. And we're just going to cut those like that. And then this is where you have to pay attention. We're going to turn this inside out. Take your 3 layers that you're going to be turning inside out. Put it in your hand. You want your top side down on your good print. You want that back to back with the good side of your raincoat, and you want your absorbent behind that. Let me show you why, and actually do this when you get ready to sew so that you know you've done it correct. When we get done, we're going to turn this inside out, inside correct. So what we're going to do is it's going to come out like that with the cute print on the outside on the front and this on the outside in the back. All right, that's not all we're going to do. We are going to, let me put a pin in that. We're going to add lace to this. Okay, to add lace, what we're going to do, I'm just putting a little stitch in that, or a little pin in that to hold it. When you put your lace in, there is a front side and a back side to lace. You'll know it when you look at it. Your front side of the lace will go front side to the pretty print. And the reason you do that is when you turn that inside out, you want that to come out so that they're both front sides showing. What you're going to have looks kind of like a pocket, and what you're going to do is take your scissors and trim around close to the seam, but not too close. You don't get any closer than an 1/8 inch. As you can see, I had to go back over because I missed my washcloth in the back. So I had to go back over that seam, but that's okay. All right, turn it inside right. Push with your finger. I've showed you how to finger press before, but in case you miss it, you pull, kind of put your hand in, and you push that seam is what you're doing. And you push that all around and gently pull on your lace. You can break that lace and tear it or pull it out of your stitching. And you don't want to do that, but just work that around and then work that seam. And the next thing we're going to do is take the bowl, and normally I would use something smaller. Babies' necks and dolls' necks are not very big. Okay, what we're going to do, I don't want to get my arm in the way, is mark this, and then we're going to put a couple pins in there. And the reason we're putting the pins in there is so that your fabric does not walk, that means move, as you're cutting that neckline out. And what I'm doing is I am pulling the fabric from side to side to make it taut so that it doesn't walk. And I'm getting close to the edge. I could get a little closer there. Finger pressing that out and pinning this as I go. And then I'm going to cut this out. I have double folded bias tape, and I like using this stuff. It's real quick and easy. And what we're going to do, this is the way I do it. Some people use Velcro. I do not. I think it's important for children to learn to tie. This is how we all learn to tie a bow or do buttons or snaps or whatever. Today it's all Velcro. First thing you're going to do is turn your raw edge over and sew down about that far, maybe a little further, so that you can make a bow behind the back of your doll. When you get to that point with a zigzag stitch, you're going to take this, open it up, and put your bib inside of it. You're going to sew that all the way around. Leave your pins in so that your fabric does not walk. Come up the other side, and then you're going to continue your zigzag stitch as far as that one is, turning over the edge like I did here to finish that off. So the only thing we couldn't get cleaned up And we tried about everything. What I can't even tell you what that is. I thought it was fingernail polish, and we tried even the really strong fingernail polish remover. We couldn't get it off, but she is still a cute little doll. Here she is all dressed, cute as a bug, for Valentine's Day. Another doll rescued. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, a like, and subscribe.